Mehanni, and this week's Gymstick tip, we're going to be doing exercises with the stick behind the back. So, I'm going to place the stick on the floor, keeping the bands on my feet. I'm going to step over the Gymstick and then lift the stick up behind my body. It's better than trying to attempt to take it over your head and back over your head, especially if you have any issues with your upper body. This is a much more comfortable way to do it. It's how I teach my classes. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some tension on, but not too much. This is what I find a lot of people tend to put way too much tension on the Gymstick. And so when we start doing the movement pattern, which is this, they can barely move it because it's so tight and they just move this far. So you want to make sure that there's enough tension, but you need to be able to physically move. So little tip for the instructors, I usually get my class to turn side on to the mirror for this one, so they can actually see that there's some distance between the Gymstick and their buttocks as they pull back. Now you also notice that my shoulders move. So as I pull the Gymstick back, I let my shoulders come all the way to the front and then let them pull all the way back. Now it's a shoulder action and not a lower body action, which can sometimes happen when people are just trying a little too hard or trying to move their shoulders but have too much tension on their bands. You just want the shoulders to round forwards and then fully retract so you're getting full movement of that scapula and that shoulder blade, yeah? So you're pulling all the way back and in. I love this exercise because there's like an imaginary thread that's activating my lower abdomen. So as I pull back, I feel my lower abdomen activate. If you're someone that's a little bit more physically aware, you might also notice that this is also a good pelvic floor exercise in that you time the pelvic floor contraction as the Gymstick goes back. So as I pull back, I lift my pelvic floor and it seems to stimulate it better than some other exercises. So this is a good one for pelvic floor, yeah? So breathe out, breathe in. So we do this for 30 seconds, and you can do this using your timer, or you can buy the Gymstick music from powermusic.com. Yep. And then we have a short 10-second break, and then we add on. So we're going to do a step forward. So I'm going to step forwards into a lunge and pull the Gymstick back at the same time. Now I'm stepping forwards with my left leg, which means my left arm is working harder. So pulling back and standing up. Now, a common error with this exercise is people step forwards, then pull back, and then bring their feet together again. They're missing out on that really amazing upper body workout, triceps and posterior deltoid. So what you want to do is move the stick before you've initiated. So you're already pulling back before you've stepped forwards. So you're already pulling back before you step forwards, and you just keep pulling back till you can't pull back anymore. All right? Keep the torso up, because that's another common error. People collapse forward, so it's like their head's way too heavy for their neck. So they drop forwards and then they come back up. This is a great abdominal anterior workout, as well as these muscles at the back, for you to try and keep your torso as upright as possible. So then the final exercise, because we do exercises in what we call trios, we start off with the leg up in that balanced position, step forwards, pull back, back to the balanced position. As you can see, challenging me too. So stepping forwards, release. Stepping forwards, release. Stepping forwards, release. Pull back and let go. So again, you want to be pulling the stick back before you step forwards and returning back to that balanced position. By the end of this, if you've done your 30 seconds 3 times with each exercise, your left tricep should be really fatigued and you're ready to go back to starting the whole process again and then stepping forwards with your right leg. I really love exercise where the Gymstick's behind the body because it really focuses on those posterior muscle groups, those muscle groups that help us with standing upright, and it also has that instinctive activation of the lower abdominals and, if you like, adding pelvic floor. And that's this week's Gymstick tip.